জয় গুরু।
তোমার লাগিয়া ঝরে লুচি লুচি কানি লুচি লুচি হরে দিন সরে কানি গোপনে গোপনে কানি গোপনে গোপনে দূরে দূরে তুমি যেতে দূরে আছো দূরে দূরে তুমি যেতে দূরে আছো বুঝছি মো আখি লুহ বুঝছি মো আখি লুহানি লুচি লুচি কানি লুচি লুচি তোমার লাগিয়া ঝরে কানি লুচি 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 বুঝেছি মন ধারে আকাশ বাতাস ভরে বুঝেছি মন ধারে আকাশ বাতাস ভরে তোমার চলা পথ সরি বাদল রহিছি ঘেরে তোমার চলা পথ সরি বাদল রহিছি ঘেরে থরে থরে কেবে তারা ফুল মেলে থরে থরে কেবে তারা ফুল মেলে জোছনা পরশ দিও লুচি লুচি কানি লুচি লুচি তোমার লাগিয়া ঝরে কানি লুচি লুচি কানি লুচি লুচি লাবণ্য মধুর সিরি মোর আখি পারু নাহি ধরে তোমার লাবণ্য মধুর সিরি মোর আখি পারু নাহি ধরে তোমার ইন্দ্রধনুর রঙ্গ মোর মনে ভরে অনুরাগ তোমার ইন্দ্রধনুর রঙ্গ মোর মনে ভরে অনুরাগ ধীরে ধীরে কেউ আলোক ঝলকে ধীরে ধীরে কেউ আলোক ঝলকে দিশি ডাকে তোমার কানি লুচি লুচি কানি লুচি লুচি তোমার লাগিয়া ঝরে কানি লুচি লুচি কানি লুচি লুচি গয়া ধরা ধরি রহিছ হে প্রিয় পুরী গয়া ধরা ধরি রহি লাগিয়া কি ঝরে নাহি লুচি লুচি মনরে প্রাণতি ঢালি আর জড়ি করে হিয়ালি তোমা মনরে প্রাণতি ঢালি আর জড়ি করে হিয়ালি নাহি মোর টাণ ফণ দিনাথ গুহারি ঘেনা নাহি মোর টাণ ফণ দিনাথ গুহারি ঘেনা হরি হরি আসে জীবন
ভববন্ধন মোচন পূজ্যবর গুণহীনম শেষগুণাধিপতি ভবভীরুজনে সত তম্বরদ প্রণমামি গুরু শিবকল্প তরুম প্রণমামি গুরু শিব কল্প তরু।
भाई दिए जे भवदावानल भाई दिए जे भवदावानल तृषित चातक समान भक्त तृषित चातक समान भक्त लोड़े देऊ सुधा पान लोड़े देऊ सुधा पान गुरु रूप दर्शन गुरु रूप दर्शन हे नयन कर कर गुरु रूप दर्शन गुरु रूप दर्शन अधरे विकसे आस मनोहर अधरे विकसे आस मनोहर उल्लसाई दिए विश्व चराचर उल्लसाई दिए विश्व चराचर सिरे विराजई केश मनोहर सिरे विराजई केश मनोहर तिनी जगत पावन तिनी जगत पावन गुरु रूप दर्शन गुरु रूप दर्शन हे नयन कर कर गुरु रूप दर्शन गुरु रूप दर्शन अकलंक शशि पुणी झलमल अकलंक शशि पुणी झलमल ज्ञान प्रेम भरा नेत्र सुमंजुल ज्ञान प्रेम भरा नेत्र सुमंजुल अमानसी तेजा कुटी नहीं करे अमानसी तेजा कुटित ही करे जगत दुख नाशन जगत दुख नाशन गुरु रूप दर्शन गुरु रूप दर्शन गुरुरूप दर्शन गुरुरूप दर्शन
Joy become of others. Sadhana of surrender. For this reason, I advise you to emphasize self-surrender. If the surrendered body and mind are pure, an immense power is generated in these.
ଜୟ ଭାଇ
I ଶୁଣାଯାଉଛି?
ଶୁଭୁନି ଆଉ
ହଁ ଭାଇ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ ଶୁଣାଯାଉଛି।
ଏବେ ମୁଁ ଆଉ ଥରେ ମୂଳରୁ ପଢୁଛି, ଭାବୁଛି ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ହେଇଥିଲା। Sadhana of surrender. For this reason, I advise you to emphasize self-surrender. If the surrendered body and mind are pure, an immense power is generated in these. As soon as you attain perfection in the sadhana of enlightenment, you become an instrument to express the will of God. Thereby, you accomplish the welfare of self as well as of the universe. The sacred stream of divine will does not flow in one's heart if ego is not forsaken. There is no change in the motion of life unless one acquires this sacred experience. Surrender is the only path to gain divine life. Nanyapatha vidyate ayannaya. There is no other way except it. Life of inaction is life in vain. I desire that you should remain unattached and egoless even by performing work. The path of surrender is the only way. You are not doing anything for yourself. You are doing everything for the happiness of Sri Gurudev. As a result, the pleasure you desire from work is the expression of your sacred experience of Ishtadevas inner satisfaction. Therefore, you have remained unattached and advanced on the path of spiritual progress. Those who have dedicated their heart and mind completely on the path of surrender will get the indication of that divine experience in the midst of their work. You become more grateful amidst the joy and remain ever enriched with the glory of surrender. You are not obstinate. All of you are prepared to sacrifice life for the attainment of truth. You test and verify whether there is truth in these words of mine. If not all, at least 5 of you dedicate your life on the path of surrender. Pour all your heart and mind, employ the whole life in this sadhana. Observe if you have achieved any noble objective in your lifetime. The path of sadhana is diverse and multiple. All are not eligible for one and the same path. Thus, I have no intention to guide you all to the ultimate perfection or siddhi through the same path. So when anybody comes here, I prescribe him the method of sadhana on studying his mind properly. I do not ask you all to stay here. Some have achieved good results even after going away from here and taking my advice. But those who want to stay here, let me tell them from the beginning that they have to adopt the path of strong faith and complete surrender. Those who are staying here have adhered to this path. Nobody can blame me. I never force anybody to this path. It is entirely against my ideology. Those who stay here voluntarily have agreed to dedicate their life on the path of surrender. So, one has to wait here silently with self-containment without any expectation. You have to be completely unattached. You may not achieve perfection in this life. Even then, be contented that you have sacrificed one life for the attainment of a noble purpose. Those who want to achieve perfection in sadhana have to be fearless from outset. They have to unshakable faith, and strong determination to keep the ideal intact throughout their life. Jai Guru.
जय गुरु Saraswata Sangha Puri, America Saraswata Sangha, 863rd week puja report. Date May 14 and time 7:15 to 11:45. Pariya Aditi Gyanabhai Pujama. Attendance is available on AMSA's website. NC Pathachakra was held at the time of Adhivas Puja last week. First session 7:15 to 8:45. The morning session of the puja started at 7:15 with Pratiksha Gana, Kahara Adara Bola by Miluma, and Noyanam Mani Kumaro Noyanare Rakhibi by Pujama. During that time, devotees joined the puja either at NSM or via teleconference. Then Sanjit Bhai offered Mangala Arati to Sri Sri Thakura at NSM, followed by Vandana Stotra Vandana, led by Smita Baima. Then Braja Bhai led the reading of Parichaya Patra prayer for Samilani. Then Subrat Bhai read Sangha Sevaka 49th year part 3, Vandana Prarthana and Prarthana Gangrapati. In Sangha Sevaka we learned that we need to love Thakura with all our hearts, then only we can acquire his energy through our prayer. When we get to know Thakura well, we can know about everybody. After Sangha Sevaka reading, Devidas Bhai read Sri Sri Guru Gita, verse 31. Then Gyanabhai invited Sri Sri Thakura for Valya Bhoga and all Bhai Maj and young aspirants for Valya Prasad and to attend the second session of the Sangha Puja. The first session concluded with Jai Guru Mahanam. After the Valya Bhoga was offered to Sri Sri Thakura, the Bhai Maj and young aspirants had Valya Prasad. Second session 9:45 to 11:45. The second session of Puja started at 9:45 with Abhana Gana by Devasis Bhai and Vrindan Bhai. Sundara, Chira Sundara and Manomoro Chahe, respectively. After Pranama Gana and opening of the curtain, Gyanabhai sang the Bandana, Bande Nikhilo Manasatava, following which Prithviraj Bhai read Nigama Upadesh chapter Inspiration for Work. It was followed by minutes of the last Sangha Puja by Lipsitama, then Sarthak Bhai read Sri Sri Thakura Mahatma, which was summarized by Prabhakar Bhai subsequently. Then Shivani Mahantima sang Prarthana Sangita Sicharana Talayaji Mage Sarana. Suprit Bhai read Sansar Pathe Part 1 Chapter 30. Then Gyana Bhai led the discussion session. Young aspirant session started with Prarthana Sangita by Divyam singing Ei Jibane Thakura Tume, followed by attendance by Swatima. She then led the discussion and reading about Mother's Day. The YS session was concluded with Bhav Vinima by Aditi, then Paliya Gyanabhai and Pujama offered their Bhav Vinima Seva, followed by Nimantran to Sri Sri Thakura for Madhyana Bhoga and evening Puja. For the next Sangha Puja, IC and Braja Bhai invited Sri Sri Thakura and all Bhaktas, Bhai Ma and young aspirants to be held on May 21st, 2023. Then Pujama begged for forgiveness to Sri Sri Thakura and to all Bhaktas, Maj and Bhais, young aspirants. And the second session of Sangha Puja was concluded by Vidya Prarthana, followed by Jai Guru Namakirtana. Then Madhyana Bhoga was offered to Sri Sri Thakura in his room, and then Vrindan Bhai took the attendance of all Bhaktas and Bhaktas present at NSM took Madhyana Prasada. Sri Sri Thakura Charanasita, Aditi, Gyana Bhai and Pujama. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru, Sri Sri Thakura Mahatmya, page 105. ଥରେ ମହାଭାରତ ବିଷୟରେ ଅଭିଜ୍ଞ ଜଣେ ସାହେବ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କଲେ, ଶଠ ଓ ଲମ୍ପଟ କୃଷ୍ଣଙ୍କୁ କାହିଁକି ଭଗବାନ କୁହାଯାଏ? ଠାକୁର, କୃଷ୍ଣସ୍ତୁ ଭଗବାନ ସ୍ୱୟଂ ଇତ୍ୟାଦି ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦିଷ୍ଟ ତତ୍ତ୍ୱ କଥା ଆବୃତ୍ତି ନ କରି ସାହେବକୁ ପଚାରିଲେ, ଭୀଷ୍ମଙ୍କ ଚରିତ୍ର ପଢ଼ିଛ? ସାହେବ ଜଣକ ଆନନ୍ଦରେ ନାଚି ଉଠି ଉତ୍ତର ଦେଲେ, ହଁ, ଭୀଷ୍ମ ଯୁଧିଷ୍ଠିର ଇତ୍ୟାଦିଙ୍କ ଜୀବନୀ ଖୁବ୍ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ପଢ଼ିଛି। ଭଗବାନ କରିବାକୁ ହେଲେ ଏମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରୁ ଜଣକୁ କରିଥିଲେ ଠିକ ହୋଇଥାନ୍ତା। ଠାକୁର ପୁଣି କହିଲେ, ଏମାନେ ଯେ କୃଷ୍ଣଙ୍କର ଆଜ୍ଞାବହ ଭୃତ୍ୟ ପରି ଆଦେଶ ପାଳନ କରିଛନ୍ତି ଦେଖିଛ? ଉତ୍ତର ଦେଲେ, ହଁ। ତାପରେ ଠାକୁର କହିଲେ, ସୁତରାଂ ତୁମେ କୃଷ୍ଣଙ୍କୁ ଚିହ୍ନି ପାରିନାହ, କିନ୍ତୁ ତୁମର ଭଗବାନ ଭୀଷ୍ମ ଯୁଧିଷ୍ଠିର ତାଙ୍କୁ ଚିହ୍ନି ପାରି ତାଙ୍କର ଭୃତ୍ୟ ହୋଇଛନ୍ତି, ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭଗବାନ ବୋଲି ପ୍ରଚାର କରିଛନ୍ତି। ତୁମେ ବିନା ବିଚାରରେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭଗବାନ କହିପାର। ଏହି ଅତି ଅଳ୍ପ କଥା ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଯେଉଁ ସୁମୀମାଂସା ମିଳିଲା, ଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥମାନ ମନ୍ଥନ କରି କଣ ଏହାଠାରୁ ଅଧିକ କିଛି ମିଳିଥାନ୍ତା? ସାମାଜିକ, ରାଜନୈତିକ ବା ଆଧ୍ୟାତ୍ମିକ କୌଣସି ବିଷୟରେ ଠାକୁର ଯୁକ୍ତିହୀନ ଆଚାରର ପକ୍ଷପାତୀ ନୁହନ୍ତି, ପୁଣି ଉଚ୍ଛୃଙ୍ଖଳତାର ପ୍ରଶ୍ରୟଦାତା ମଧ୍ୟ ନୁହନ୍ତି। ବଙ୍ଗଳା ଦେଶରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କାୟସ୍ଥମାନଙ୍କର ପଇତା ଗ୍ରହଣର ହୋ ଉଠିଥିଲା, ସେତେବେଳେ ଦଳେ କାୟସ୍ଥ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ପ୍ରାର୍ଥୀ ହୋଇ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ନିକଟକୁ ଆସିଥିଲେ। ଅବଶ୍ୟ ସମାଜପତି ବା ପଣ୍ଡିତ ଜ୍ଞାନରେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ସେମାନେ ଚାହିଁନଥିଲେ। ସେମାନଙ୍କର ପ୍ରକୃତ ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ଥିଲା ଯେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ସମର୍ଥନ ପାଇବା ଦ୍ୱାରା ତାଙ୍କର କେତେଜଣ ପଦସ୍ଥ ଓ ସମାଜର ନେତୃସ୍ଥାନୀୟ ଶିଷ୍ୟଙ୍କୁ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ପକ୍ଷରେ ପାଇବେ ଏବଂ ଏହା ଦ୍ୱାରା ସେମାନଙ୍କର ବିଶେଷ ସୁବିଧା ହେବ। ଠାକୁର ଏପରି ସୁନ୍ଦର, ସୁଯୁକ୍ତିପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଅଥଚ ପରିହାସ ସୂଚକ କଥା ଦ୍ୱାରା ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ନିରସ୍ତ କରିଦେଲେ। ଠାକୁର କହିଲେ, ଚିର ଉପବୀତଧାରୀ ବ୍ରାହ୍ମଣ ଘରେ ଜନ୍ମ ହୋଇ ଯେ ପଇତା ତ୍ୟାଗ କରିଛି, ଚିର ଉପବୀତ ବିହୀନ ହୋଇ ପଇତା ଗ୍ରହଣ ସପକ୍ଷରେ ତା ନିକଟରୁ କେଉଁ ଯୁକ୍ତିରେ ତୁମେ ମାନେ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ଆଶା କରୁଛ? ବୈଦ୍ୟ ଜାତିର ଜଣେ ଆଚାରନିଷ୍ଠ ବୃଦ୍ଧା କୂଅରୁ ପାଣି କାଢିବାକୁ ଅସମର୍ଥା ଦେଖି ତାଙ୍କର ସ୍ନାନ, ପାନ ଓ ଦୈନନ୍ଦିନ ପ୍ରୟୋଜନୀୟ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟହ କୂଅରୁ ପାଣି କାଢିଦେବା ପାଇଁ ଠାକୁର ଆମକୁ ଆଦେଶ ଦେଇଥିଲେ। ଆମେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଯଥାସାଧ୍ୟ ଆଦେଶ ପାଳନ କରିବାକୁ ଲାଗିଲୁ। ବୃଦ୍ଧା ଜଣକ କିନ୍ତୁ ଶୁଦ୍ର ସ୍ପର୍ଶିତ ଜଳ ପିଅନ୍ତି ନାହିଁ। ଦିନେ ଏହା ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ କରି ଠାକୁର କହିଲେ, ଆଚାର ପ୍ରତିପାଳନରେ ମୋର ଆପତ୍ତି ନାହିଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ତୁମର ଆଚାର ପାଳନରେ ସାମଞ୍ଜସ୍ୟ ଦେଖୁନାହିଁ କାହିଁକି? ବ୍ରାହ୍ମଣ ପିଲାମାନେ ପାଣି କାଢିଦେଲେ ତୁମେ ନିଃସଙ୍କୋଚରେ ସେହି ପାଣିକୁ ଗୋଡରେ ପକାଇ ପାରୁଛ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଶୂଦ୍ରଙ୍କ ପାଣିକୁ ଘୃଣା କରୁଛ। ଏହା ଶୁଣି ସେ କନ୍ଦାକଟା କରି କହିଲେ, ଠାକୁର, ମୁଁ କଣ ଇଚ୍ଛା କରି ବ୍ରାହ୍ମଣଙ୍କ ପାଣି ଗୋଡରେ ଦେଉଛି? ସେ ଯେ ମୋ ପକ୍ଷରେ ଖୁବ୍ ଅପରାଧଜନକ ତାହା କଣ ମୁଁ ବୁଝି ନାହିଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ କଣ କରିବି? ଠାକୁର କହିଲେ, ସେ ତୁମର ଅପରାଧ ବୋଲି କହୁନାହିଁ, କୌଣସି ଉପାୟ ନାହିଁ ବୋଲି ମୁଁ ନିଜେ ସେ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା କରିଛି। ଏବେ ତୁମେ ରୋଗରେ ପଡ଼ିଲେ ମୁଁ ନିଜେ ତୁମର ଶୌଚକର୍ମ ମଧ୍ୟ କରିଦେଇ ପାରିବି। ତୁମର ଏଇ ବିହାରୀ ଶର୍ମା ମୋ ପାଇଁ ଶୂଦ୍ରଙ୍କ ପାଇଖାନା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ପରିଷ୍କାର କରିଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ଛୋଟ ଜାତିଙ୍କ ପାଣି ଛୁଇଁଲେ ଯାହାର ଜାତି ଯାଏ, ମରିଗଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ବଡ ଜାତିଙ୍କ ପାଣି ଗୋଡରେ ପକାଇବା ତାର ଉଚିତ ନୁହେଁ। ଏହାକୁ ସଦାଚାର କୁହାଯାଏ ନାହିଁ। ଏହା ଯେପରି ଛୋଟକୁ ଘୃଣା କରି ବଡ ସହିତ ମିଶି ବଡ ହେବାର ଇଚ୍ଛା। ଇଂରେଜ ମାନଙ୍କ ବଡଦିନ ପର୍ବରେ ଆମର ଭକ୍ତ ସମ୍ମିଳନୀର ଅଧିବେଶନ ଅନୁଷ୍ଠିତ ହୁଏ ବୋଲି ଥରେ ସ୍ୱଦେଶ ପ୍ରେମୀ କେତେଜଣ ଭକ୍ତ ଆପତ୍ତି ଜଣାଇବାରୁ ଠାକୁର ବିରକ୍ତ ହୋଇ ଉତ୍ତର ଦେଇଥିଲେ, ଇଂରେଜଙ୍କର ପର୍ବଦିନରେ ଆମର ଉତ୍ସବ କରିବାରେ କଣ ଦେଶଦ୍ରୋହିତା ହେଲା ବୁଝାଇ ଦେଇ ନ ପାରିଲେ ଯୁକ୍ତିହୀନ କିଛି ବେମାଲୁମ ମାନି ପାରିବି ନାହିଁ। ଆଉ ମୁଖ୍ୟତଃ ଆମେ ଦେଶ ପକ୍ଷରେ ନୁହେଁ କି ରାଜାଙ୍କ ପକ୍ଷରେ ବି ନୁହଁ, ଆମେ ସତ୍ୟ ପଥରେ ଚାଲିଛୁ। ଯେ ପକ୍ଷ ଅନ୍ୟାଚାରୀ ହେବେ ତତ୍କ୍ଷଣାତ୍ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ଦେହରେ ଆମର ଧକ୍କା ଲାଗିବ। ଅଫିସ ଅଦାଲତ ବନ୍ଦ ଥିବାରୁ ଆମର ସୁବିଧା ହୁଏ ବୋଲି ବଡଦିନ ଛୁଟିରେ ସମ୍ମିଳନୀ କରିବାରେ କାହାରି ପାଖରେ ଆମେ ଦୋଷୀ ନୁହଁ। ଥରେ ଶ୍ରୀହଟ୍ଟର କେତେଜଣ ରକ୍ଷଣଶୀଳ ବ୍ରାହ୍ମଣ ଗୋରୁର ପ୍ରତିଲୋମରେ ବିଷ୍ଣୁ ଇତ୍ୟାଦି ନାନା ପ୍ରକାର ଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ପ୍ରମାଣ ସହକାରେ ସମସ୍ତ ଜୀବଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଗୋ ଜାତିର ପ୍ରାଧାନ୍ୟ ପ୍ରଦର୍ଶନ କରିବାକୁ ଲାଗିଲେ। ଠାକୁର କହିଲେ, ଗୋରୁ ପ୍ରଧାନ ସତ, କିନ୍ତୁ ମନୁଷ୍ୟ ପରେ। ସେମାନେ ଏକଥା ସ୍ୱୀକାର ନ କରି କୁତର୍କ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲେ ଏବଂ ସଂସ୍କୃତ ଶ୍ଲୋକ ଆବୃତ୍ତି କରିବାରେ ଲାଗିଲେ। ଠାକୁର ଦେଖିଲେ ଯେ ଏହି ସବୁ ସଂସ୍କାରାବ୍ଧ ବ୍ରାହ୍ମଣଙ୍କୁ ଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ମର୍ମ ବୁଝାଇବା ଅସମ୍ଭବ। ତେଣୁ ଶାସ୍ତ୍ରାଲୋଚନା ଛାଡି କହିଲେ, ତୁମେମାନେ କହୁଛ ମନୁଷ୍ୟ ଠାରୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଗୋରୁ ଶ୍ରେଷ୍ଠ। ଆଚ୍ଛା, ତେବେ ପରଜନ୍ମରେ ତୁମେମାନେ ମନୁଷ୍ୟ ନ ହୋଇ ବାଛୁରୀ ହେବାକୁ ଚାହଁ? ସମସ୍ତେ ନିରୁତ୍ତର। କୁତାର୍କିକ ବା ଈର୍ଷାପରାୟଣ ହେଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଅନେକ ଏହି ଛୋଟ କଥାର ସାରମର୍ମ ହୃଦୟଙ୍ଗମ କଲେ ବୋଲି ଆମର ଧାରଣା ହେଲା। ଏଠାକାର ଅଧିକାଂଶ ବ୍ରାହ୍ମଣ ପଣ୍ଡିତ ଏବଂ ଆଭିଜାତୀୟ ଅଭିମାନୀ ସୁତରାଂ ଆସିବା ସମୟରେ କେହି ହେଲେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରଣାମ ଅଭିବାଦନ ଆଦି କରିନାହାନ୍ତି, କିନ୍ତୁ ଯିବା ସମୟରେ ପ୍ରଣାମ କରିଗଲେ। ଜଣେ ପଣ୍ଡିତ ଦଣ୍ଡାୟମାନ ହୋଇ ଊର୍ଦ୍ଧ୍ୱବାହୁ ହୋଇ ନିଜ ରଚିତ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ଗୋଟିଏ ସ୍ତୋତ୍ର ପାଠ କଲେ। ସେଇ ଠାକୁର ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆସାମୀର ଜବାନବନ୍ଦୀ ଶୁଣି ମୋ ବିଚାରର ମୀମାଂସା ଏହି ପ୍ରକାର କଲେ, ଅର୍ଥାତ୍ ଜ୍ୱର ଯୋଗୁଁ ବିଶେଷ ଅସୁସ୍ଥ ଥିବାରୁ ଯଥାବିଧି ହବିଷାନ୍ନ ନ ଖାଇବା ଓ ପାଦୁକା ବ୍ୟବହାର କରିବାର ଅପରାଧ ଧରିଲେ ନାହିଁ। ନାପିତ ପରିତ୍ୟାଗ କରିବାର କାରଣ ଶୁଣି ସେ କହିଲେ, ଏ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ଗୁରୁ ହିସାବରେ ମୋର କହିବାର କିଛି ନାହିଁ। ଏସବୁ ସାମାଜିକ ଦଳାଦଳି ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଯେ ଯେପରି ରହିଲେ ଆତ୍ମୀୟ ସ୍ୱଜନ ମାନଙ୍କର ସୁବିଧା ହେବ ତାର ସେପରି ରହିବା ଉଚିତ। ପରେ ବିପକ୍ଷ ଦଳ ପକ୍ଷରୁ ଉଦାରତାର ପରିଚୟ ପାଇ ଖୁସି ହୋଇଛି, ଅର୍ଥାତ୍ ଦୁଇଟି ଦଳରେ ବିଭକ୍ତ ହୋଇ ଅନେକ ଦିନ ରହିବା ପରେ ଉଭୟ ପକ୍ଷ ଏକମତ ହୋଇ ସ୍ଥିର କଲେ ଯେ ନାପିତ ଚିରଦିନ ଯାବତ୍ ସମାଜରେ ସେବାଧିକାର ଲାଭ କରି ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି। ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସେଥିରୁ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ବଞ୍ଚିତ ନ କରି ଆୟତ୍ତରେ ରଖି ସେବା କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ସମ୍ପାଦନ କରାଯିବ। ତେଣୁ ନିମ୍ନଲିଖିତ ସର୍ତ୍ତରେ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥାପତ୍ରରେ ବ୍ରାହ୍ମଣ ପଣ୍ଡିତ ମାନଙ୍କର ଦସ୍ତଖତ କରାଇ ପୁନର୍ବାର ନାପିତ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିଛି। ଯଥାଲାଭ୍ୟେସ୍ୟ ସନ୍ତୁଷ୍ଟେସ୍ୟ କର୍ତ୍ତବ୍ୟ ପରାୟଣେଷୁ च नापितेषु जेन केनापि निन्दितेतर जातिनां कृतेषु विहित କ୍ଷୌର କର୍ମସୁ ଦୋଷ ନାସ୍ତି। ସମାଜର ଏବଂବିଧ ସୁବିଚାର ନିମନ୍ତେ ମୁଁ ଚିର କୃତଜ୍ଞ। ମୋ ବିଚାର ପରେ ଭୁବନ ବ୍ରହ୍ମଚାରୀଙ୍କର ମୂଳ ବିଚାର ଓ ପଲଟା ବିଚାର କରି ଠାକୁର ପ୍ରଥମ ଦିନର କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଶେଷ କଲେ। ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ ଦିନ ବିଚାରକର ଆସନ ପରିତ୍ୟାଗ କରି ଗୁରୁ ଆସନରେ ଉପବିଷ୍ଟ ହେଲେ। ଶିଷ୍ୟମାନେ ନିଜ ନିଜର ଅବସ୍ଥା ଜଣାଇବାରେ ଲାଗିଲେ ଏବଂ ସଦ୍ଗୁରୁ ଶିଷ୍ୟକୁ କିପରି ଓ କେତେ ପରିମାଣରେ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ କରିପାରନ୍ତି ଇତ୍ୟାଦି ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କରିବାକୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲେ। ଅନୁପଦା ପଚାରିଲେ, କୌଣସି ଶିଷ୍ୟ ଯଦି କିଛି ନ କରେ ଏବଂ ବିପଥଗାମୀ ହୋଇଯାଏ ତେବେ ଗୁରୁ କଣ ତାକୁ ଫେରାଇ ଆଣିପାରିବେ? ଠାକୁର କହିଲେ, ମୁଁ ଶତବାର କହୁଛି ସଦ୍ଗୁରୁଙ୍କର ସେ କ୍ଷମତା ଅଛି। ଟିକିଏ ପରେ ମୃଦୁ ହସି କହିଲେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଦୁଃଖର ବିଷୟ ତୁମ ଗୁରୁଙ୍କର ସେ କ୍ଷମତା ନାହିଁ। ପ୍ରଥମରୁ ତୁମେମାନେ ଏ ବିଷୟରେ ମୋ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଚୁକ୍ତି ନାହଁ ଯେ ମୁଁ ତୁମମାନଙ୍କୁ କେତେ ପରିମାଣରେ ଦେଇପାରିବି। ତାପରେ କେହି ମାନସିକ ଦୁଃଖ କଷ୍ଟ ଜଣାଇବାକୁ କହିଲେ। ଦୁଃଖ କଷ୍ଟ ଜଣାଇବାରୁ କହିଲେ, କଞ୍ଚା କାଠ ଚୁଲିରେ ଦେଲେ ପ୍ରଥମେ ପାଣି ବାହାରେ, ତାପରେ ପାଣି ମରିଗଲେ ନିଆଁ ଧରେ। ପୁଣି କେହି ଅସହିଷ୍ଣୁ କରି ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କଲେ, କେବେ ନିଆଁ ଧରିବ ଠାକୁର? ଠାକୁର ଉତ୍ତର ଦେଲେ, ଯେଉଁମାନେ ସମସ୍ତ କାଠକୁ ଚୁଲିରେ ପକାଇ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି, ମାନେ ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଆତ୍ମସମର୍ପଣ କରିଛନ୍ତି, ସେମାନଙ୍କର ତ ଏ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ କିଛି କରିପାରି ନାହିଁ। ଆଉ ତୁମେମାନେ ତ ଏ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ କାଠ ଖଣ୍ଡିକ ଚୁଲିରେ ବି ଦେଇନାହ, ତଥାପି ମୁଁ ଅଗ୍ନି ସଂଯୋଗ କରିଦେଇଛି। ଏହା ସମସ୍ତେ ସ୍ତମ୍ଭିତ ହୋଇ ବସି ରହିଲେ। ପୁନର୍ବାର ଠାକୁର ଗୁରୁ ଗମ୍ଭୀର ସ୍ୱରରେ କହିଲେ, ମୁଁ ମୁକ୍ତିକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ତୁଚ୍ଛ ମନେ କରେ ଯଦି ତୁମମାନଙ୍କୁ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ନ ଦେଇ ପାରିବି। ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ଏହି ଉକ୍ତିକୁ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ କରି ମୁଁ ମଙ୍ଗଳାଚରଣର ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ ଶ୍ଲୋକଟି ଲେଖିଥିଲି। ଏହି ଅଭୟବାଣୀ ଶ୍ରବଣ ମାତ୍ରକେ ଭକ୍ତମାନେ ସମସ୍ତରେ ହୁଙ୍କାର କରି ଉଠିଲେ। ମହୋଲ୍ଲାସରେ କେହି ହସିବାକୁ ଲାଗିଲେ ତ କେହି କାନ୍ଦିଲେ, କେହି ନାଚିଲେ ଏବଂ କେହି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ପାଦ ଟଣାଟଣି କରିବାରେ ଲାଗିଲେ। ଏପରି କଥା ଯେ କହିପାରନ୍ତି ଯେ ଆମକୁ ଛାଡ଼ି ମୁକ୍ତି ମଧ୍ୟ ଚାହାନ୍ତି ନାହିଁ, ସେ ଯଦି ବିଳାସ ବ୍ୟସନରେ ରହି ପଇତା ତ୍ୟାଗ କରି ଚଣ୍ଡାଳର ଅନ୍ନ ଭୋଜନ କରି ଓ ଚୋରି ନାରୀ କରି ନରକକୁ ଯାଆନ୍ତି, ତେବେ ଆମେ ମଧ୍ୟ ତାଙ୍କର ଅନୁଗାମୀ ହୋଇ ତାଙ୍କର ଦାସତ୍ୱ ସ୍ୱୀକାର କରି ଅନନ୍ତ ନରକବାସ ଅଙ୍ଗୀକାର କରିବୁ। ତଥାପି ସ୍ୱର୍ଗ ବା ଅପବର୍ଗ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରିବୁ ନାହିଁ। ସୁତରାଂ ଆମର ଗୁରୁ ଉଚ୍ଚସ୍ତରର ମହାପୁରୁଷ ବା ମହାଯୋଗୀ ନହେଲେ ବି କ୍ଷତି ନାହିଁ। ସେ ଯେଉଁ ସ୍ତରରେ ରହିବେ ସେଠାକୁ ଆମକୁ ଟାଣି ନେଇ ପାରିବେ। कौन देखी कुलगुरु त्याग जनित निर्बंश हेबार अभिशाप आमे स्वेच्छारे ग्रहण करिछु। जो माने आमको यही प्रश्न करती आमर यही उत्तर। तृतीय दिन आरती संध्या कीर्तन और स्तोत्र वंदना परे ठाकुर कहले पूर्वर कही आज तुम मानक नहीं आनंद करी तेबे आज तुम मानक आगरे मो जीवनी कहूची शुण। यह कही ठाकुर धारावाहिक भाव में निज जीवन कहानी कहवाक लगिले। जदि बा पत्रिकार जीवनी पाठ करिछि एवं जन्मभूमि को जाई विवरणी अवगत होइछि तथापि ठाकुरंक निज मुखरे निज कहानी जेपरी अधिकतर आनंद और तृप्तिदायक हैला। जीवितावस्था पूर्ण जीवन हुए नहीं एवं अलौकिक घटनावली प्रकाश करने ठाकुरंकर इच्छा नुहे। सेथिपाई केवल संक्षिप्त परिचय प्रदान निमंते 1316 साल आषाढ़ श्रावण और भाद्रव मासर आर्य प्रकाशित यज्ञेश्वर विश्वासଙ୍କ लिखित जीवन वृत्तांत एही ग्रंथर परिशिष्ट सन्निवेशित करिवा पई ठाकुरଙ୍କ ठारू अनुमति पाई अछि। प्रयोजन बोध कले किछि परिवर्जन और परिवर्धन मात्र करिवे। विधातांक आनुकूल्य रे 3 दिन परे ठाकुरଙ୍କୁ आ गोटे दिन आमे रखि पारिथिलु। मार्गशीर मासरे मुसळ धारारे अविश्रांत भाव में वृष्टि हेबाकु लागिला। तेणु आउ गोटे दिन रहिबाकु हेला। एठारु विदाय नहीं एही विभाग रे किछि दिन भ्रमण करी एक बार मयनामती भक्त सम्मिलनी और आश्रम प्रतिष्ठा कार्य स्थापना करी पूरी यात्रा कले। सम्मिलनी और आश्रम प्रतिष्ठा निर्विघ्न रे हेबा देखी लब्ध अर्थर सार्थकता उपलब्धि करी कृतार्थ हेले। जय गुरु।
Joy Guru. We are almost towards this book, and there is a lot of direct quotes from Thakur Maharaj, so I'll try to summarize this in English. So we started reading where a Sahib has asked Thakur Maharaj why a chief like Krishna is called God. Thakur Maharaj answered, have you heard about Bhishma and Yudhishthir? Sahib said, yes, I have read about them, and one of them can be a god because of their qualities. Then Thakur Maharaj said, have you realized that both Bhishma and Yudhishthir have really showed respect to Krishna and have regarded him as God? He said yes. Then Thakur Maharaj summarized that, so you have not understood Shri Krishna, but for you, Bhishma and Yudhishthir, you have realized their qualities and you have seen their qualities, but you have seen that Yudhishthir and Bhishma have regarded Krishna as their God. So that is something that you realize. You can, without any thought, realize Krishna as God. Similarly, another time when there was a cry for sacred ceremonies for Kayastha, a group of Kayasthas came to Thakur Maharaj. They were not really interested in understanding the reasoning about Thakur Maharaj. They just wanted to get support from Thakur Maharaj so that their cause, because of Thakur's approval. But this got resolved very easily by a simple response from Thakur Maharaj, and he said that you are coming to someone like me who was born in a Brahmin family but gave up the sacred ceremony. So how come you think my response would help you? Similarly, Thakur Maharaj had asked his followers to help a old man from the Vaidya community so that we can provide him water and other things because he was old and he was not able to do things. we were following Thakur Maharaj's orders to the extent possible, but we realized that the old man was not taking water from the lower caste. Seeing this, Thakur Maharaj said, it is fine if you live your life in a certain way, but are you really not able to follow the things that I'm trying to help you? You are taking water from Brahmins, but don't you think that is not good if you are not taking water from the lower caste? Listening to this, he became a little bit upset and started crying and said, what can I do? I'm not willingly taking water from the Brahmins, and I cannot understand that this is my mistake. But listening to that, Thakur Maharaj said that I'm not saying that this is a mistake for you. I'm saying that that this is something that is required for your living. You have to see that I've asked my follower Bihari Sharma to clean the latrines even of the lower caste. So that doesn't really matter. So you don't have to discriminate between higher caste and lower caste at this time while you are dying. Another time, Thakur Maharaj was planning the Sammilani. Some people were not happy that the Sammilani is being planned during the Christmas holidays, which is like a religious festival for Christians. Listening to that, Thakur Maharaj became a little bit irritated and said that the Britishers follow the Christmas as the religious holiday, and I'm not saying that we are trying to follow their customs by just celebrating our Sammilani at that time. You just have to understand that a lot of offices and courts are closed to conduct Sammilani at that time, so it is nothing else beyond that. Also, another time, some people from Srihat were arguing with Thakur Maharaj that the cow is the most sacred animal and probably the greatest animal on earth, and started giving a lot of reasoning from the scriptures. Thakur Maharaj said that, okay, yes, the cow is very important, but it is after man, because man is the greatest animal. But they didn't accept it and continued arguing. To that, Thakur Maharaj asked that if you think the cow is the greatest animal on earth, are you willing to be a calf in the next birth and not be a man or a woman? You have to realize that this is how your thoughts will change as soon as you realize that you will be a cow in the next birth. Similarly, Thakur Maharaj was planning in a way that and brought together the Sammilani, and we saw that talking about his experiences of Sammilani, both from his first and second and third day. On the third day, Thakur Maharaj left his seat and said that, and he said in the Guru Asana, and all the followers started giving their experiences and their challenges in life, and Anupal Das asked, if one of your shishyas do not do anything and follows a bad path, can the Sri Gurudev bring that person back to his expected path? To that, Sri Thakur said, yes, that is within the capacity of Sadguru. After that, Thakur Maharaj smiled and said, the problem is that your guru don't have that capacity. I am saying that if you have not created a pact with me, what are the things I can give you without that pact? After that, when some people shared their experiences and challenges in their life, to that Thakur Maharaj said, a lot of people have put all their raw wooden planks into the fire, and they have started the fire. But that fire will be cast only when all the water in those logs will be evaporated. Then someone said. Then to that someone asked, when will this fire will start? Thakur Maharaj said, whenever all people have put all their logs into the fire, which means that they have surrendered everything. They have not seen anything, but how many of them can see that fire? But people have already started the fire, but they are not able to see it. Then to that also, in the third day, we saw the evening kirtan and the songs about Thakur Maharaj. And he said that earlier I had said that we will be enjoying a lot today, and I will be saying my life story. Although the Bhai had read about Thakur Maharaj and also visited a lot of places which were related to Thakur Maharaj's birthplace. Even then, hearing the story from the mouth of Thakur Maharaj was a different experience, and it was really enlightening. And that's the summary of this last write-up, and it shows a lot of experiences and emotions of Sharma Bhai. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Tumari Tarane Tume mo jivana karana Tumari Tarane chi Tume mo jivana karana Tumari charane saranane chi Tume mo jivana karana Mo jivana brata ke bala tumhari Mo jivana brata ke bala tumhari Mohana ichara purana Mohana ichara purana Tumari charane saranane chi Tume mo jivana karana Tumari charane saranane chi Tume mo jivana karana Tumari sansare tumo adarasa Pratishtha paiki maguchi vishwasa Tumari sansare tumo adarasa Pratishtha paiki maguchi vishwasa He karunamaya nahi anasa He karunamaya nahi anasa Tume to bujucho marama Tume to bujucho marama Tumari charane शरण नेछि तुमे मो जीवन कारण तुमरी चरणे शरण नेछि तुमे मो जीवन कारण नाही मो भक्ति नाही दृढमति पदे मथा छुई मागुची सकती नाही मो भक्ति नाही दृढमति पदे मथा छुई मागुची सकती तुमरी कृपार कणिकारे हुए तुमरी कृपार कणिकारे हुए सकल साध्य साधन तुमरी कृपार कणिकारे हुए तुमरी कृपार कणिकारे हुए सकल साध्य साधन सकल साध्य साधन तुमरी चरणे शरण नेछि तुमे मो जीवन कारण तुमरी चरणे शरण नेछि तुमे मो जीवन कारण भजन पूजन सबु तो सार एक लक्ष्य मन जेबे नुहे स्थिर भजन पूजन सबु तो सार एक लक्ष्य मन जेबे नुहे स्थिर मु माटी मणिष तुमे तो कुशली मु माटी मणिष तुमे तो कुशली कारीगर बुझे मरम कारीगर बुझे मरम मु माटी मणिष तुमे तो कुशली मु माटी मणिष तुमे तो कुशली कारीगर बुझे मरम कारीगर बुझे मरम तुमरी चरणे शरण नेछि तुमे मो जीवन कारण तुमरी चरणे शरण नेछि तुमे मो जीवन कारण मो जीवन व्रत केवल तुमरी मो जीवन व्रत केवल तुमरी महान इच्छार पूरण महान इच्छार पूरण तुमरी चरणे शरण नेछि तुमे मो जीवन कारण तुमरी चरणे शरण नेछि तुमे मो जीवन कारण तुमरी चरणे शरण नेछि तुमे मो जीवन कारण जय जय
जय गुरु संसार पथे chapter 31 financial problems of the householders. Do not feel sad due to shortage of money, because if you had money, then your attitude would have been different than how it is now. You could have been overwhelmed by the worldly attractions and forgotten God. There are lots of wealthy people, however, they do not spend their money in their righteous way. When one has wealth, their mind goes not remain focused on the God. Therefore, consider everything as God's auspicious will and spend your time joyfully. You still have to try to improve your financial situation. However, you must never wish to gain wealth through unskilled practices. In the past, people become wealthy through the worship of Goddess Lakshmi. These days, Lakshmi Puja is not being performed anywhere. Devi Lakshmi is the power behind sustenance, Palani Shakti. She represents the projection power, Vikashan Shakti of Mahamaya or Adi Shakti, the primordial power of the cosmic divine power behind the universe. Saraswati represents the power behind the creation and Lakshmi the power of sustenance. I would like to remind those who consider Saraswati is Brahma's wife and Lakshmi is Vishnu's wife in the same life as their own family consisting of wife and children. That Saraswati, Lakshmi, Kali are not women, rather they are subtle powers. In them, attitudes are present in the seed form, all manifested. They gradually spark the creation of sustenance and destruction of the seven local worlds are carried out by these three attributes and their three powers. These three powers gradually materialize and manifest as a physical universe. Atoms, the substance primary element of solar system, will be Prakara Shakti or primordial power, and thus the universe is created. The power of Vishnu, the Lord of substance of the universe, is called Lakshmi and sustainer of the world. It has been mentioned before that Maya has twofold power. One is Avarani Shakti, the power of concealment, and other is Vikasapika Shakti. The concealment power is the one that clouds the understanding of who am I and what is Atma. Again, the power of projection is the one behind the ability to create the universe. It is also the power of projection that brings forth in ignorance the illusion such as mistaking a rope as a snake. Hence, this power of projection is cause of existence of this transitory universe. Goddess Lakshmi is inherent in everything that is a matter of enjoyment and wonder in the universe. The power of projection makes money, material things, house, and worldly existence seems real and casts itself with false knowledge. That is why Lakshmi is the cause of sustenance of this universe. Goddess Lakshmi keeps herself busy enjoying the company of Lord Vishnu while keeping the world tied up with the settling of the wealth. She provides prosperity to the world. Hence, God is the Lakshmi's beneficiary. For that reason, those who have wealth, resources, and material comfort, or who are the firmly bonded to the power of projection are called Lakshmi's beneficiaries. Lord Vishnu governs the universe with the help of Goddess Lakshmi. Lakshmi, the goddess of sustenance, is the founding goddess of the wealth and splendor.
जय गुरु क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन समय तो बेसी ना खाली गोटे क्विकली दु तीन पॉइंट कहूँ संघ सूर्य पढ़ाई से कहते जेपर्यंत मोर भाव रही से पर्यंत प्रार्थना ठीक ठीक हम ना किंतु अनफॉर्चुनेटली ये जो मु और मोर भावटा ସେଇଟା ଆମ ଦେହରେ ଏତେ ରହିଯାଇଛି ମାନେ ନିବିଡ଼ ଭାବରେ ଯେ ତାକୁ କାଟିକିରି ଉଠିବା ବଡ଼ କଷ୍ଟ। ଯେପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଆମର ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥିଭେଦ ନ ହେଇଛି ସେ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ମୁଁ ମୋର ଭାବ ଯିବ ନାହିଁ। ରୁଦ୍ର ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥିଟା ହେଲା ମୁଁ ଭାବ, ବିଷ୍ଣୁ ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥିଟା ହେଲା ମୋର ଭାବ, ଆଉ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥି ହେଲା ମୁଁ କ'ଣ କରିବି। ସବୁବେଳେ କହ ମୁଁ ଏଇଟା କରିବି, ମୁଁ ସେଇଟା କରିବି, ଏଇଟା କରିବିନି ସେଇଟା କରିବିନି। ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥି କରିଥିଲେ ସେଇଟା ଯିବ। ବିଷ୍ଣୁ ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥି କରିଥିଲେ ଯେ ମୋର ମୋର ଭାବଟା ପଳେଇବ, ଫାଇନାଲି ରୁଦ୍ର ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥି ମୁଁ କିଏ ସେଟା ଯିବ। ଏନିୱେ ଇଟ୍ସ ଏ ଭେରି ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟ ଥିଙ୍ଗ, ବଟ୍ ସେମାନେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଯେପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଏ ମୁଁ ଭାବ ନ ଯାଇଛି ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ଠିକ୍ ଠିକ୍ ହବ ନାହିଁ। ତାପରେ ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଅନ୍ତର୍ଦୃଷ୍ଟି ବା ଜ୍ଞାନ ଦୃଷ୍ଟି ଦରକାର। ଆମେ ମାୟା ଆବରଣ ପଢିଛୁ, ଆଜି ପଢା ହଉଥିଲା ଯୋଉ ସଂସାର ପଥରେ ପଢା ହେଲା ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଲେସନ, ଯେ ଆବରଣ ଶକ୍ତି ବିକ୍ଷେପ ଶକ୍ତି, ସେଇଥିରେ ଆମେ ପଢିଛୁ। ଯାହାଫଳରେ କି ଆମେ ଏଥିରେ ମାନେ କ'ଣ ଲଟପଟ ହେଇ ଚାଲିଛୁ ସଂସାରରେ, ଆମର ଜ୍ଞାନ ଦୃଷ୍ଟି ଖୋଲୁନି ବା ଅନ୍ତର୍ଦୃଷ୍ଟି ଖୋଲୁନି। ସେ ଖୋଲିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏଗେନ୍ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ଠିକ୍ ହବ ଇତ୍ୟାଦି। ଏଠି ରଖୁଛି କାରଣ ସମୟ ତ ବେଶୀ ନାହିଁ। ଯଦି କାହାର କିଛି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଅଛି ପଚାରନ୍ତୁ। I'll try to answer.
ଭାଇ ଜୟଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟଗୁରୁ ଭାଇ।
ଭାଇ ଆଜି ଯୋ ଗୁରୁ ଗୀତାର ଶ୍ଲୋକ 32 ପଢା ହେଲା ସେଇଥିରେ ବୋଧେ କିଛି ବୋଧେ ନୂଆ ଏଡିସନ ରେ କରେକ୍ସନ ହେଇଛି। କାରଣ ଭାଇ ମୋର 2016 ଏଡିସନ ଟା ସେଇଠି ମନଟା ଅଛି ପଞ୍ଚ ମହାଭୂତରେ, ମା ବୋଧେ ପଢିଲେ ସେଇଟା ପଞ୍ଚ ଜ୍ଞାନେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟରେ ବୋଧେ, ମାନେ ବୋଧେ ପୁରୁଣାରେ ସେଇଟା ବୋଧେ ପଞ୍ଚ ଜ୍ଞାନେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟରେ ଥିଲା, ବୋଧେ ଏବେ ପଞ୍ଚ ମହାଭୂତରେ କ୍ଲାସିଫାଇ କରାହେଇଛି ଅର୍ଥରେ।
ନାଇଁ ଭାଇ ମୁଁ ଦେଖିନି ଗୁରୁ ଗୀତାରେ ଆଜି, ମୋ ଭାଇ ଗୁରୁ ଗୀତା ନଥିଲା ଅନଫର୍ଚୁନେଟଲି, ମାନେ ଆଣିପାରିଥାନ୍ତି ଏଥିରୁ ଆଲମିରାରୁ। ଏନିୱେ କିନ୍ତୁ ମନଟା ଜ୍ଞାନେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟର ସହିତ କିଛି ସମ୍ପର୍କ ନାହିଁ। ମନ ହେଉଛି ଇନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟମାନଙ୍କ ରାଜା କୁହାଯାଏ, ଅନ୍ତଃକରଣ ଗୋଟେ ପାର୍ଟ। ଆଉ ଜ୍ଞାନେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟର ସମଷ୍ଟି କହିଲେ ଚଳିବ। ଅନ୍ତଃକରଣ ଗୁଡାକ ସେଗୁଡାକ ଜ୍ଞାନେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ ତାଙ୍କ ମନର ଅନୁସାରେ ପରିଚାଳିତ ହୁଅନ୍ତି, କିନ୍ତୁ ଜ୍ଞାନେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ ପାର୍ଟ ନୁହେଁ। ଆଉ ଭୂତ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ମନର କିଛି ସମ୍ପର୍କ ନାହିଁ। ତେଣୁ ଦିଟାକ ମତେ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ, ଆଉ ଥରେ ସେ ବୋଥ୍ ଭର୍ସନ୍ସ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ, ସେ କ'ଣ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି। ୱିଦାଉଟ୍ ଚେକିଂ ଦେମ୍ ଆଇ କ୍ୟାନଟ୍ ସେ, ବଟ୍ ବୋଥ୍ ସିମ୍ ଇନକରେକ୍ଟ। ଯେ neither part of ପଞ୍ଚଭୂତ nor part of ପଞ୍ଚ ଜ୍ଞାନେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ।
ହଁ ଭାଇ
ଭାଇ ଆମର ଇନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ ଗୋଟାକ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ଭୂତ ସହିତ ଆସାଇନ୍ ନୁହନ୍ତି।
ନାଇଁ ସେ କ'ଣ କି ମାନେ ପଞ୍ଚ ଜ୍ଞାନେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ ରହିଲେ ଯେ ସେ ତାଙ୍କର ମାନେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ବିଷୟକୁ ଆହରଣ କରିବା ଶକ୍ତି ଅଛି, ତାଙ୍କ ଦ୍ୱାରା ଆମେ ବିଷୟ ଆହରଣ କରୁଛୁ। କିନ୍ତୁ ମନକୁ ଯଦି କହିବା ଗୋଟେ ପଞ୍ଚଭୂତ ମଧ୍ୟରୁ ଗୋଟିଏ, ସେଟା ଭୁଲ ହବ।
ଭାଇ ଜୟଗୁରୁ।
ଭାଇ ସେ ଶ୍ଲୋକଟା କ'ଣ ଟିକେ କହୁନାହାନ୍ତି, ମନେ ପଡୁନି, ସକାଳେ ପଢା ହେଇଥିଲା।
ଭାଇ ଏବେ ସେ ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି କି ଯେ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଶକ୍ତି ସମ୍ପନ୍ନ ଚତୁର୍ବିଂଶତି ତତ୍ତ୍ୱମାଳା ଅର୍ଥାତ୍ ପ୍ରକୃତି, ମହାତତ୍ଵ, ଅହଙ୍କାର, ଶବ୍ଦ, ସ୍ପର୍ଶ, ରୂପ, ରସ, ଗନ୍ଧ, ପଞ୍ଚ ତନ୍ମାତ୍ର ତଥା କର୍ଣ୍ଣ, ତ୍ୱକ୍, ଚକ୍ଷୁ, ଜିହ୍ୱା, ଘ୍ରାଣ ଏହି ପଞ୍ଚ ଜ୍ଞାନେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ, ବାକ୍, ପାଣି, ପାଦ, ପାୟୁ, ଉପସ୍ଥ ଏହି ପଞ୍ଚ କର୍ମେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ ଓ ମନ। ତ ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ଭାଇ ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ କହିଲେ ସେଇଟା ହଉଛି କି ମାନେ ତିନିଟା ଅଲଗା କରିକି ରଖିଛନ୍ତି, ଆପଣ ଏବେ କହିଲେ।
ରାଇଟ୍ ହଁ, ଓ ମନ କହୁଛନ୍ତି, ଇନ୍ ଆଡିସନ ଟୁ ଦୋଜ୍ ମନ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା। କିନ୍ତୁ ବୋଧେ ପୁରୁଣା ଏଡିସନରେ ସେଇଟା ଜ୍ଞାନେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ ସହିତ ଆଡ୍ ହେଇଯାଇଥିଲା।
ଜାଣିନି ଭାଇ,
ସେ ଆଡ୍ ହେଇନି, ମୋ ପାଖରେ ପୁରୁଣା ଏଡିସନ ଅଛି। ସିଏ କ'ଣ କି ମନଟା କୋଉଠି ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି ତା ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛି। ସେଠି ଜ୍ଞାନେନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ ପରେ ଓ ମନ ଲେଖା ହେଇଥିଲା, ଏଠି ପଞ୍ଚମହାଭୂତ ପରେ ଓ ମନ ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି। କିନ୍ତୁ ଜିନିଷଟା ହେଲା 24ଟା ତତ୍ତ୍ୱ, ସେ 24ଟାକୁ ଲିଷ୍ଟ କରିଛନ୍ତି। ଜ୍ଞାନ ଶକ୍ତି ସମାରୂଢ଼ ତତ୍ତ୍ୱମାଳା ବିଭୂଷିତଂ, ସେଇ ଶ୍ଲୋକଟା ବୋଧେ ମତେ ଲାଗୁଛି।
ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଆଉ କିଛି ଅଛି? ଗୋଟେ ମିନିଟ୍ ସମୟ ଅଛି। ଆଚ୍ଛା, କୁଇକଲି ଗୋଟେ କଥା କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି, ଟିକେ ମତେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ମିନିଟ୍ ଅଧିକା ଦରକାର ପଡ଼ିବ। ଯେ ଆମର ସମ୍ମିଳନୀ ଆସୁଛି, ସମସ୍ତେ ସେବା କଥା ମୁଁ ଗଲା ଦିଥର କହି ଆସୁଛି, ସମସ୍ତେ ସେବା ନିଅନ୍ତୁ। ଖାଲି ଗୋଟେ କଥା ଏମ୍ଫାସାଇଜ୍ କରିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ଯେ ସେବାରେ ଛୋଟ ବଡ଼ ନାହିଁ। ଏଇଟା ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ନିଜର ବାକ୍ୟ, ଗୁରୁ ବାକ୍ୟ। ଠାକୁର ଯେତେବେଳେ ସରଜୁମା ଆସିଲେ ପୁରୀରେ ରହିବା ପାଇଁ, ତାଙ୍କର ଭାଇ ତାଙ୍କୁ ନେଇକି ଆସିଥିଲେ। ସେ ସନ୍ଦୀପରେ ଠାକୁର ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଦେଖା କରିଥିଲେ। ତାପରେ ଠାକୁର ଚାହିଁଲେ ଜଣେ ମୋର ଆଉ ଜଣେ କିଏ ସେବିକା ଦରକାର, 2 ଜଣ ଆପ୍ଲାଏ କରିଥିଲେ, 2 ଜଣ ଆସିଲେ, ବଟ୍ ଏନିୱେ ସରଜୁମା ୱାନ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦେମ୍। ସେ ସରଜୁମାଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଠାକୁର ଯୋଉ ଡିସ୍କସନ ହେଇଥିଲା, ସେଥିରେ ଠାକୁର ତାଙ୍କୁ ଏଇଟା ବହୁତ କ୍ଲିୟରଲି କହିଥିଲେ ଯେ ସେବାରେ ସାନ ବଡ଼ ନାହିଁ, तुमको जहाँ सेवा दिज्व कारण से अलरेडी सुरबला माँ के सेवा करते हरदास भाई के सेवा करते इत्यादि इत्यादि तुमको जहाँ हरदास ना भुवन भाई मन पड़े एनिवे तुमको जहाँ सेवा दिहब तुम कर सेवार किसी छोट बड़ ना उपदेशामृत ठाकुर आउ गोटे प्रकार कथा कहते ठाकुर कहते जो माने मोर बड़ बड़ भक्त से माने मोर बोकचा बोहीकि जीवे अथच जो मैंने सान से मैंने कहे आम फूल चांगुटा नहीं जीवु आम फल डाला तो धरिकी जीवु अन्य जिन ने आमर समान पड़ेब एगेन ठाकुर कहबार अर्थ हूँ जे फूल चांगुड़ी नहीं जीवा जहाँ ठाकुर बोकचा बोहीकि नवा से जो मैंने सम्मेलन को आसवा एगेन जो मैंने समस्त आस चेष्टा करूँ ठाकुर निर्देश यहाँ जो सम्मेलन को आसवा आम भाव आम यही सेवाटी करूँ ए सेवाटी करूँ ना से भूल भावा ना जदि भाविबा जे आमे केवल रोषे कर ठाकुर को देबू अन्य सेवा करूँ ना जानवे आम नीच स्तर अच्छु ठाकुर कहले नीच स्तर लोक से भावती केवल यहीटा करी फूल चांगुड़ी धरबी फल चांगुड़ी धरबी ठाकुर बोकचा बोईबी ना कि आम कहवा जब आम केवल ठाकुर अंगला सेवा करूँ आ कि करूँ ना कि ठाकुर बस संगीत सेवा करूँ बाकी किसी करूँ ना एमि भावी आम भूल कर आम समस्ते मल्टीपुल सेवा नवा चेष्टा करवा जिते पारिबा अवश्य माने सब 50टा सेवार ना देते किसी कहीपर ठीक भाव में कितु केबे मन में आणवे ना जे मु अमुक सेवाटी करी कहीं से सेवाटी बड़ सेवा बाकी तक छोट सेवा सेवार सान बड़ ना यहाँ गुरु वाक्य मो कथा नुहे यहाँ गुरु वाक्य से सब मन रखिथवा तो जेको सेवा ने अन्य सेवा आप्लाय करूँ प्लीज अन्य सेवा कर चेष्टा करूँ जय गुरु सरी 2 मिनट अधिका गला जय गुरु आमर भक्तिमा सॉरी बिफोर दैट श्रीजा मा प्लीज गो हेड विथ प्रार्थना संगीत जय गुरु श्रीजा
कुसुम अंजलि मोरा जलनयने कुसुम अंजलि मोरा आचार्य देवची तेरा सकारे आचार्य देवची तेरा पाय खेना कर प्रिया बड़ा खेना कर प्रिया बड़ा नयने कुसुम अंजलि मोरा स्निग्ध सुंदर शिरूप मधुरा मोरा अंतरे अंतरे हृदय मंदिर मेरे खुशे स्वरूप तुम्हारी सदा मुसुमरी स्वरूप तुम्हारी सदा मुसुमरी फूला के उठो अंतरा फूला के उठो अंतरा सचलनयने कुसुम अंजलि मोरा गाइथिलो हम तुए आखि भरे जरु थाउ तुम पाए हृदय बेदे मो चाख्यो गंगाने दोई तुमको बरसाए सेवा करो देवी जगत बेसुरी सेवा करो देवी जगत बेसुरी आनंद होई विभोरा आनंद होई विभोरा सचलनयने कुसुम अंजलि मोरा आचरन्ति तुमाति ठाकुरा देश जीवन बारी लोरिया जहाँ पारी निमोदे हिरा बहेला कारी हरानुरागे हारुचि प्रणति हरानुरागे डालुचि प्रणति रंगा चरणे कुमारा रंगा चरणे कुमारा साचा नयने कुसुम अंजलि मोरा साचा नयने कुसुम अंजलि मोरा आचार्य देवची तेरंगा पाया रे आचार्य देवची तेरंगा पाया रे घेना करा प्रिया बारा घेना करा प्रिया बारा साजल नयने कुसुम अंजलि मोरा साजल नयने कुसुम अंजलि मोरा. Take care.
Dear young aspirants, this is Haksina. I will be conducting the young aspirant session today. Let's start off with attendance, and then we will go over the song meaning, and then the rest of the program for today. Aditi?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Idea, sir?
मैं जय गुरु एक्चुअली मैं बाहर से जब पिलाने जॉइन करने हैं.
Jai Guru. Aishi?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Anik?
जय गुरु.
Jai Guru. Ansh?
जय गुरु.
Jai Guru. Anshul? Arnav?
जय गुरु.
Jai Guru. Aram?
जय गुरु का जॉइन करने हैं.
Jai Guru. Aryan?
जय गुरु.
Jai Guru. Gemma?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Divyam? Timmy?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru.
Eva?
मैं जय गुरु से बसी पा रही हूँ.
Jai Guru. Jagat?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Naitik?
जय गुरु का.
Jai Guru. Pratisha?
Jai Guru Ma.
Jai Guru. Pratyush?
जय गुरु माँ.
Jai Guru. Sanvi?
Jai Guru Ma.
Jai Guru. Saraswat?
जय गुरु माँ.
Jai Guru. Sarthak? Lupi? Freya? Christy?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Jimmy?
जय गुरु.
Jai Guru. Simran?
Jai Guru Ma.
Jai Guru. Srija?
Jai Guru Ma.
Jai Guru. Suhani? Yukta?
जय गुरु माँ.
Jai Guru. So that concludes our attendance. Is there anyone I missed? Okay. In that case, Srija, can you go ahead and explain the meaning of the song you just sang?
Jai Guru, this is Shilpi and Suhani.
Okay. I'm marking you both present.
ठीक है. the meaning of the song goes like this. Takara, I pray before you to bless me and give me the chance to do your seva. Takara, I want your beautiful rupa to get imprinted within me, my heart and my mind and heart. I want to pour all my tears on your lotus feet. I want to derive all my happiness from your seva. Takara, you have blessed us with everything, but I have never been able to reciprocate the love you have filled in my life. Therefore, I bow my head before your lotus feet. Take care.
Later, thank you, Shuja, for explaining the meaning of this very emotional and touching song about the relationship of Chakra and devotee. So that was really good. Today we'll be focusing on themes of devotion and determination and persevering even when there are obstacles. And so for doing that, we'll be reading a story that offers valuable insights into this. So I have shared this story via email, and Aryan will be reading the story. When you're ready, Aryan, you can get started.
Jai Guru. Many moons ago, there lived a king named Uttanapada from the Swayambhuva Manu dynasty. He had two queens named Suruchi and Suniti. The king loved Suruchi more. Though Suniti was the king's first wife, she lived like a maid in the palace. She lived a miserable life because the king didn't like her. Each queen had a son. Suruchi's son was Uttama, and Suniti's son was Dhruva. The princes had dedicated maids to take care of them. Since the king was captivated by Suruchi's love, he liked her son Uttama more than Dhruva. Uttama had plenty of opportunity to sit on the king's lap. However, Dhruva never got that chance. He longed for the privilege of sitting on his father's lap. One day, the king was sitting with his courtiers. The official work of the kingdom had been finished for that day. Suruchi arrived with her son Uttama. She placed Uttama on the king's lap and sat nearby. After a little while, Dhruva came with his maid. Dhruva also thought of sitting on the king's lap when he saw Uttama there. Nearby, Suruchi immediately stopped him, scolded him, and humiliated his mother by saying, "Humans get unhappiness due to their fate. In order to sit on the king's lap, somebody has to be born to the right mother. Neither you nor your mother had done anything worthwhile in your last birth to deserve this. Now, don't even think of sitting on the king's lap. Go back to your ill-fated mother." Despite Dhruva's tears and pleas, the king remained quiet, silently supporting Suruchi's cruel behavior. Feeling helpless and rejected, Dhruva returned to his maid and cried, seeking solace from his mother. The maid took him back to Suniti, who was deeply saddened by her son's tears. She asked him why he was crying, and Dhruva explained the incident, expressing his longing to sit on the king's lap. Mother Suniti explained, "Humans experience the happiness and sorrows of this birth as a result of their deeds from previous births. One needs blessings from God to sit on the king's lap and eventually sit on the king's throne. One who surrenders his mind, body, and soul to the Lord gets his blessings. Only penance takes a human being to a higher state of consciousness. Neither of us possesses the strong devotion required. I live like a maid, even though I am a queen, and you can't sit on the king's lap even if you are his son." These words triggered a profound change in the 7-year-old Dhruva. He sought his mother's permission to go to the forest and engage in penance. Although hesitant to let her young son venture into the forest, Suniti could not deny his determination. Dhruva prostrated before his mother, seeking her blessings, and left the palace. His departure went unnoticed by everyone in the palace, including the king. Dhruva went deep into the forest and started meditation. Due to the purity and innocence of the child, or his good deeds from his previous birth, the 7 Maharshis arrived at the forest and met him. Dhruva prostrated before them and told them of his misfortune. The 7 Rishis gave him advice individually and showed him how to meditate on Lord Vishnu. Dhruva faithfully followed their instructions and entered into deep meditation. His unwavering focus caught the attention of Lord Vishnu, who decided to test his devotee's resolve. To test Dhruva's devotion, Lord Vishnu sent wild animals and snakes to generate fear. However, Dhruva had already detached himself from his external senses and had completely surrendered to the Lord. These illusory challenges had no effect on his unwavering determination. After an extensive period of meditation, Dhruva succeeded in pleasing Lord Vishnu. Unable to resist the call of his devotee, Lord Vishnu appeared before Dhruva, riding on his divine transport Garuda. Dhruva could sense the Lord's arrival and opened his eyes, enchanted by the divine presence. Overwhelmed with reverence, he fell at the Lord's feet. Lord Vishnu tenderly lifted Dhruva and placed him on his own lap. The touch of the Lord filled the child with divine energy, and his body radiated celestial light. Being omniscient, Lord Vishnu knew Dhruva's innermost desires. Without waiting for Dhruva to make a request, the Lord blessed him, saying, "Dear Dhruva, you will return to the kingdom and become the king. Your father, the rest of your family, and all the citizens will rejoice at your return. After ruling the kingdom for a long time, you will attain immortality. You'll have an eternal place among the 7 rishis in the sky, shining as a very bright star forever." With Lord Vishnu's blessings, Dhruva returned to his kingdom. The citizens informed the king of his son's arrival, and the king, accompanied by his courtiers, eagerly went to receive Dhruva with great pomp and splendor. In due course, Dhruva became his advisor. Following Dhruva's coronation, King Uttanabala renounced his kingdom, retired to the forest to lead an ascetic life. Tragically, Uttama was killed by a wild animal during a hunting trip, and Suruchi passed away soon after. Nonetheless, Dhruva ruled the kingdom for a long era before ascending to heaven, where he took his rightful place among the 7 rishis in the sky, shining brightly as the pole star, the Dhruva Tara. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Thanks, Aryan, for reading this story. This is a really touching story, and it really talks about and teaches us a lot about the power of faith, determination, and devotion. And despite facing obstacles and neglect, Dhruva remained steadfast, and he still tried to get love and recognition from his family. And so this, in turn, helped him earn the blessings of Lord Vishnu and transform his life. So I think this is pretty inspiring to anyone who seeks divine grace and blessings and strives for their goals with unwavering dedication. So this was a pretty long story. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. I'll move on to the regular question and answer session then. So Srita, why did Dhruva decide to leave the palace and go to the forest?
Jacob, I think Dhruva wanted to go to leave the palace and do meditation, so then he could fulfill his wishes to sit on the king's lap because he really wanted to, but he couldn't do that. Jacob.
Yeah, that's right. So that event is what kind of triggered him and pushed him into going to leave the palace and starting to meditate. And Pratisha, what did Dhruva hope to achieve with his meditation?
He hoped to achieve to be a God's devotee and have his sort of devotion on God.
Yeah, that's right. Because his mom, when he was upset, he went to his mother and she gave him advice on, what his circumstances were and what he could do. So that's what he tried to do to improve his situation. Yeah, that's a great answer. So, another story is that there was showing a lot of determination. So, Gemma, how does he show determination, and how did that help him overcome his challenges?
He was very determined to kind of just to get his father to see him for who he is, and he basically tried to do this by going to the forest and meditating.
Yeah, that's right. He really shows immense determination because he really wanted to be recognized by his father, and he didn't want to be mistreated. And so he decided to seek the blessings of Lord Vishnu, and in turn that helped him do all this meditation and pray for such a long period of time, even though there was many obstacles. And that eventually led to Lord Vishnu blessing him in the end. And so one key thing about this is that he wasn't just resigned, or he wasn't just accepting that, that he is not going to be favored, he's not going to get the love and appreciation that he wanted. He acted to change his circumstances, and he persevered. So that's like one part of the story, but another aspect of the story is devotion. Saraswat, what role does devotion play in Dhruva's journey?
So he was very devoted to God. So like he went to the forest and he basically did puja and prayer, and his devotion is basically what led to the result, and basically led to him being able to become king.
Yeah, that's right. His devotion, he wanted one thing, but his devotion led him to be blessed with a lot more than that. And Sanvi, what are some other ways that devotion played a role in Dhruva's life?
Jagru, like, he was also had like a ton of faith in Lord Vishnu, because some people would have like just turned it down, and he, despite like all the challenges that he faced, he like still had faith, and like because he had this faith and belief, Lord Vishnu was able to help him in his life. Jagru?
Yeah, that's completely true. He has the faith that if he prays and has devotion, then he will be able to get the blessings that he wanted. And so that's why devotion played a really central role in Dhruva's life. And so he had unwavering devotion, even the act of leaving the palace to go to the forest, and also when he started meditation, he had a lot of distractions that were coming towards him, but he still stayed calm and stayed focused on his goal. And so that really shaped his destiny, because eventually, like, he became, like Saraswat said, he became the king, and then after that he became like a prominent place in the universe, in the sky, as the pole star. So so that another aspect of the story is like why he left. So Pratyush, why did Dhruva want to seek recognition from his father?
Because his father would never give it to him. He only loved his other son, and he envied him.
Yeah, that's one part of it. He really wanted to be acknowledged and valued. And so, but eventually, like, he started off with that longing, that desire, but that eventually transformed into more. So, Naitik, how did his quest to be acknowledged and to get this validation transform in his journey?
Jaguru, his way, originally he wanted to just sit on the king's lap. But after the seven Maharishis and advised him, and he met with Lord Vishnu, eventually he, rather than sitting on the king's lap, he sat on the king's throne, which is what his mother also said. Because it said one needs blessings from God to sit on the king's lap and eventually on the king's throne. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's like a really big transformation, because he started off with that, but it led to so much more, and he was blessed with even more than that. So it's a really crucial transformation, that like even taking the first step and trying something that can take you a long way. And so the start of this, like what pushed him forward was, first of all, like he wanted to sit on his father's lap and he couldn't. But his mother also played a crucial role in this journey. So, Aditi, how did her guidance and support contribute to Dhruva's success?
Jagru, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, Aditi. So the question is that Dhruva's mother, Suniti, she played a really big role in pushing Dhruva to go and do the meditation. So how did her guidance and support contribute to his success?
Jagru, her guidance, she instructed Durva to go and pray to God, and that helped him. Ultimately, Vishnu blessed him, and he was able to become the king, Jagru.
Jagru, yeah. And another part of that is that like she explained she like kind of consoled Dhruva rationally, like she kind of gave something more constructive for him to work on, like to work towards, and kind of said that, you know, like this could be due to something in our past verse, or like maybe we don't have the blessings yet and we need the blessings, and so that's what we would have to do. So that's like that's one way that she contributed to his success. Is there anything else that she did to contribute to Dhruva's success?
Jagru, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Are there any other ways that Dhruva's mother, Suniti, helped contribute to Dhruva's success with her guidance and support?
Well, I think that I'm not really sure. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, another thing that she did was like when he wanted to go to the forest and meditate, Dhruva asked for his mom's permission. And even if she was a bit reluctant to let him go, but she still blessed him and gave him good vibes before he started this new journey in this new path. So yeah, I think like last week was Mother's Day, and we went over some things related to that. So this really showed that she gave him emotional strength, and this really her guidance and support were vital in shaping Dhruva's character, and that directed him to seeking Lord Vishnu's blessings. So that's also a factor in success. And then when he actually went to the forest, Dhruva did a lot of meditation and austerities that the 7 rishis in the forest taught him. And so what's the significance of meditation? Yukta, can you answer the question?
Okay, so I think the significance of the meditation, it showed how much devotion and determination that Dhruva had to get the blessing to sit in his father's lap, which would result in him to become a king. Jagru.
Yeah, that's right. Meditation helped him do this. Jamie, what is another way that meditation was important in this story? Jamie? Okay. Tracy, what's another way that meditation was important in this story?
Jagru, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So when Dhruva went to the forest, he learned how to meditate from the 7 rishis, and that's what he did to attract the attention of Lord Vishnu. So what is the overall significance of meditation?
Jagru, the significance of meditation in this story is that when he did it at first, it's just like when he very first began meditating, even if he didn't quite know exactly what he was doing, he just went into it with like full devotion and full dedication, and so they guided him and helped him to do it to reach Lord Vishnu. Jagru.
Yeah, that's right. So that's like something he hadn't done before in this life, and when he taught it, he tried it, and he followed their instructions faithfully. So yeah, that's right. And Ansh, just in general, what are some benefits of meditation?
Jagru, I think that meditation can really just help you focus on whatever you need to do. Like in Dhruva's situation, he wanted to focus on Vishnu, and so by using meditation, he was able to like wholeheartedly put his effort into that. Jagru?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. And typically, like, meditation allowed him to connect with his inner self, and he was able to, it allowed the right conditions to get blessings from Lord Vishnu, and he was able to focus and concentrate. And in the story, when Vishnu had a lot of distractions sent towards him, he was not paying attention to any of that, and he was just focusing on his main goal, which was Lord Vishnu in the end. And so anything else, that it was not affecting his determination and his dedication. So that's so I think in the past, like, some of you have talked about practicing meditation at home, or mentioned in your public vinimayas. Does anyone want to share their thoughts on meditation, their personal experiences?
This is Summer. When we're doing meditation, we get calmness and we focus on chakra.
Yeah. Thanks, Simran, for sharing. Meditation, I think anyone who's tried it, it can calm us down and help us focus. Like, if we're focusing on chakra, it will help us focus on chakra. Personally, I think I noticed that, like, my heartbeat goes a lot lower, and it's because it's more at a resting rate. And that's like one way that I know that I'm definitely getting calmer. That's something else I've noticed too. So yeah, thanks, Simran, for sharing your experience with meditation. So in the end of the story, Durga gets blessings from Vishnu. He gets a lot of different blessings. But in the end, the last thing that he said was that Durga would become a star in the sky, and eventually he becomes the pole star, or which is also known as the North Star. So, Aryan, what is the symbolic significance of Durga eventually becoming the pole star?
Jai Guru, did you say my name?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so the symbolic significance of him becoming the Dhruvatar, the pole star, is that, like, it recognizes, like, his immortality as Lord Vishnu promised him. Jai Guru.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Like, it shows that he had unwavering devotion, and, like, staying that position, it symbolizes kind of like the divine rewards that comes from this type of devotion. And also, I kind of felt that with his devotion and faith, it kind of shows that he can achieve something even more extraordinary just by taking the first step. So this also encourages, I feel like it's also encouraging people to pursue their goals and aspirations with the devotion and commitment that Dhruva had, knowing that it can lead to remarkable outcomes, and it can, be more than what we expected. So let's kind of think about, like, the overall message of the story. Zagreb, what is something you kind of learned from this entire story? If not, Zagreb, let's ask Timmy. What is something you learned from this story?
If you pray to God, you can end up chakra can help you chakra can help you achieve your goals and dreams.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's a really good takeaway that you have. Let's also hear from Aishi. What is something else that you took away from the story?
Jagru, I took away that if you have devotion and faith for chakra, she'll like help you accomplish what you want to. Jagru.
Yeah, that's very, very true. And let's also hear from Arnav. What is an overall message from this story?
Jaguru, I think, like, the message is that, like, devotion can basically, like, help you attain anything. Jaguru?
Yeah, that's a really great way of putting it. A devotion can help you get anything that you want, and that's exactly what happened. Thanks for sharing your answer. So yeah, there's a lot of things in this story, but like I feel like the overall message is that their story is really showing like the transformative power of having this unwavering devotion, dedication, and divine blessings. And really, regardless of our circumstances, we have the ability to overcome any challenges and achieve greatness. And this can be done through our devotion, unwavering faith, and also really committing to our goals. And these are all things that Dhruva did in this story. And also another key aspect of the story is that Dhruva surrendered himself to Lord Vishnu, and that really led to his spiritual upliftment. So there's a lot of things that we can learn from the story of Dhruva, and I hope that like no matter what challenges we face, we have the potential to overcome them and achieve greatness by praying Thakura and seeking his blessings. And I hope that this story will inspire us to strive for our dreams and nurture our relationships and have a really deeper sense of devotion and meditation and trying to connect with him. So with that, I would like to conclude the Young Aspen session. Next is Bhava by Aishi. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Today I have Pari Seva. I join Pari every Sunday and join Puja twice a day. I have learned a lot from YA that I put into my day-to-day life. Recently, I have been getting really stressed and panicked over perfect completion of things like schoolwork or competitions. I have learned to chant Jai Guru whenever I feel this way. It helps me calm down and feel better. I hope I can keep learning great things. Jai Guru.
जय गुरु प्राण ठाकुर मोर प्रिय भाई माँ मैंने एवं पूजनीय अतिथि वृंद एंड डियर यंग एस्पिरेंट्स भावनीय बेले मन आसुची जे भाव तो प्रकृति भाव नहीं ठाकुर जो हिसाब से भाव को व्याख्या करछंती भाव और भाव प्रवणता मन में भावे मैंने समस्या मन को आसे जे आम कौन भाव प्रवण हो ना प्रकृत भाव कि आसूची भितर ठाकुर जो डेफिनेशन देइचंती जे भाव पाइले मनीष वृक्ष इव स्तब्ध हो जाए वृक्ष इव स्तब्ध इव शब्द अर्थ है भलिया लाइक हाँ सो भाव पाइले मनीष गछ भलिया स्तब्ध हो आ जो चल चंचल डेइबा नाचिबा कुदिबा सब बंद होटा तो है प्रकृत भाव ना तेज ये कौन भाव प्रवणता से मन आसे ये प्रकृत भाव प्रवणता भी हवा कथा नुहे कहीं आम तो विषय को लेकर चल चंचल होनु जो माने इमोशनल हो जहाँ तो किसी माने कौन बहिर्विषय को नहीं होनी से गोटे माने ठाकुर सहित गोटे संपर्क को नहीं गोटे आसक्ति अनुभूति की नहीं हो तेणु यहाँ व्हाट इज दिस भाव प्रवणता भी जाऊनी तो एनिवे भाव विनियोग तो करवा कथा ठाकुर निर्देश एटा आदेश कहले जे तुम्हें अध्यात्म पथरे गति कला बेले कि कौन अनुभूति लाभ करुच कौन असुविधा सुविधा होची सेटा व्यक्त करिवो साधन पथरे तो किसी हो नहीं ऑनेस्टली कह गले बरं मन में मुझे नोटिस करुच्ची बेसी चलचंचल हो जाऊँगी आगुरी ध्यान बसला बेलू जी होता बर्तमान मत लगुच आहरी अधिका हो जाऊँगी तेणु से विषय किसी कहबार ना व्यक्त कर किसी ना अन्य विषय जे केते दूर अध्यात्म पथरे ठाकुर बाटर ठाकुर जहाँ कहते से बाटर केते दूर अग्रसर हो पार्टी से विषय टे कह चाहूँगी नोटिस कर समस्त ज्ञान गला सब कहते अन्य समय कहते निश्चित आमर उन्नति होती उन्नति केते उन्नति होती भावार कथा विचार कर कथा दिनलिपि विषय मुझे बारंबार कही आसुची से विषय आउ पदे कह चाहूँगी जो मैंने तथापि दिनलिपि पूरण करूना से हुए तो टे प्रेरणा हम दिनलिपि करने द्वारा निजको पर्यवेक्षण कर अधिक सुविधा मिलूँ बाध्य करुच्ची आमको इंट्रोस्पेक्शन रे जे प्रकृत मु कौन करुच्ची कौन ठीक करुच्ची कौन भूल करुच्ची दिनलिपि इज फोर्सिंग अस टू डू दैट कारण जदि आम निजे निजर भूल न बुझी पारिबा निजको संशोधन करबा केमती गोटे कथा आई एम रियली स्ट्रगलिंग दिस डेज सेटा होची जे हमर जे परदोष दर्शन जेतेले हमर ये पुरस्कार पर आमको गोटे आदेश दि जाइथिला लट केतोटे आदेश दि जाइथिला तादर गोटे थिला जे परदोष दर्शन करिवो नाही सेटाको आज पर्यंत मु गत वर्ष पर्यंत 2018 रु सेटाको एते फोकस कर नथिली जेतेले दिनलिपि परिवर्तन करागला किसी नूतन संस्करण आसिला सेतेले सेटाको मु आड कर देली हमर ज्ञान भयंकर मोर जीवन पुरस्कार करछु जे परदर्शन करिवो नाही आई एम ट्रूली स्ट्रगलिंग सेटा जे नोटिस कर मार्क कर आरंभ कली कि नहीं सब दिन आई एम नाउ स्ट्रगलिंग विथ दैट जे परदर्श दर्शनटा कौन एक्जाक्टली गोटे छोटिया उदाहरण दूसरी समय हो आई बी गोटे 2 मिनट शेष करी उदाहरण दूसरी सो दैट आपण चिंता करेंगे मैंने मोर प्रोब्लेमटा कौट हो गल थर आम तो ड्राइव कर आसलु आसला बेले रास्ता देखिलु बोधे बर्मिंगहाम पूर्व से रास्ता टे माने I-26 ना 24 कौन से बेस निछाटिया रास्ता बेसी भिड़ ना माँ चलुता मु बसता साइड देखिले गोटे लोक आसला आम साइड आसला गाड़ीटा स्लो करदेला एकदम स्लो कर रहीगला बोले रहा कहीं रास्ता साइड तब देखिली जो पटे लोक इंटरसेप्ट को उठती से पटे टर्न कर फेरला मैंने अपोजिट डायरेक्शन रे गोइंग द रॉन्ग वे सो मे बी ही मिस्ड हिज एग्जिट की कौन भाविली माँ कहली देख देख से केमती माने उल्टा दिगे जाउची कहली अच्छा यहाँ मोर परदर्श दर्शन है कि आई वाज नॉट सीकिंग फॉल्ट इन एनीबॉडी इट इज जस्ट मो आखिरे पड़गला किंतु परदर्श दर्शन है कि नहीं सीटा माने आई स्टिल डोंट नो से भाविली जे मु तो दोष खोजु नी आखिरे पड़ा जे से भूलटा कला तो दिन भी लिखली ना लिखिली आई स्टिल डोंट नो जे दोष दर्शन कली कि नहीं हाँ ज्ञान ज्ञान कहते भावना पर निर्भर करुँच भाविना कल भूलटा कला से दोष दर्शन है जी कहते कहीं गला से दोष दर्शन हो ना मैंने स्टिल यहाँ टी रोचे तार से ग्रे एरिया इन माय ओपिनियन एनी शेष कर कथा हूँ जे यू जिन आसूसी जेहेतु दिनलिपि पूरण करा पड़ू सो आई हैव टू बी केयरफुल आ गोटे कथा कही शेष करी जे डेफिनेटली यहाँ आमको आम संशोधन साहाय्य करुच्ची आ बर्तमान मन आसूची जे जो घटनाटा बर्तमान मन बर्तमान आसूची आई विश आई कुड हैव स्टार्टेड दैट 20 years बैक और एटलिस्ट 15 years और मे बी 10 years बैक यदि से जिन 10 वर्ष तले करी बर्तमान जमी निजक संशोधन करने चेष्टा करुँच निजक आत्मगठन करने चेष्टा करुँच 10 वर्ष तले करी बर्तमान केते परिवर्तन हो सारा जीवन में केते आध्यात्मिक पथरे द्रुत उन्नति हो सारी सो जीवन में केते समय अच्छी मुझे जानी जे हुए तो संध्या आगत प्राय सूर्य अस्ताचलगामी आई डोंट नो दैट ही नोज तो से समय भितर निजक केते परिवर्तन करहब आई नो जे आप चाहते आदेश देते मनीष हुआ देवता हुआ ईश्वर हुआ ब्रह्म ईश्वर तो अनेक उच्चर कथा ये जीवन में देवता हो पार नहीं मनीष तो आगू गति कर विश्वास मोर अच्छी किंतु ठाकुर देवता तो हो पार्ली और ये जीवन में हबार चांस देखुनी से आपण श्री चरण क्षमा प्रार्थना करुच्ची अधम को क्षमा करेंगे आपण आदेश पालन कर पारुनी जय गुरु प्राण ठाकुर आमर द्वितीय अधिवेशन शेष होगा द्वितीय अधिवेशन पर आपण आपण अनुग्रह को विजय करेंगे आपन को मध्याह्न भोग अर्पण करा जिवो तापर अपन विश्राम करिवे आपन को संध्या पूजा पई 6:30 को निमंत्रण करूची आमे तो आज फेरी जबू होय तो विशु भाई किंबा बिजू भाई पूजा करिवे संध्या पूजा तबरे मोर प्रिय भाई माँ मान को यंग मान को एवं अतिथि जो आछंती सेमान को निमंत्रण करूची मो मध्याह्न प्रसाद पाई जीवा पई जय गुरु। जय गुरु टिके प्रोग्राम रे परिवर्तन करा गला आनिक रो थिला आनिक मा लिखिले जे आनिक रही परिबनी नेक्स्ट वीक रे से परिवर्तन पई ठाकुर पाखरे आपन मन पर क्षमा चाहूची शिल्पी विल इनवाइट ठाकुर फॉर नेक्स्ट वाईए सेशन। जय गुरु शिल्पी।
Jai Guru. I invite Sri Sri Thakura, Bhais, Mas, and young aspirants for the upcoming puja session on May 28th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Jai Guru.
जय गुरु आसंता संघ पूजा रे शिल्पी बरदा भाई और मोर सब पाली अच्छी आसंता संघ पूजा मे 28 तारिख पे मो श्री श्री ठाकुर समस्त माँ भाई और पिला मान को निमंत्रण करछि समस्त पूजा रे जोग दी पूजा को साफल्यवंत करी। जय
जय गुरु प्राण ठाकुर आज संघ पूजा रे समस्त सेवक मान तरफ सेविका मान तरफ से समस्त इच्छाकृत अनिच्छाकृत अपराध त्रुटि क्षमा प्रार्थना करुच्ची भक्त मान पाखे भाई माँ मान पाखे समस्त पाखे जदि सेवक सेविका मान तरफ किसी भूल हो जाए आपण मान सेवारे क्षमा प्रार्थना करुच्ची। जय गुरु।
जय गुरु।
आत्मसंसाधन वचने आलापे रसोन संजत वचने आलापे रसोन संजत घुसी जाऊ अवसाद देहर जड़प प्रभु घुसी जाऊ अवसाद देहर जड़प उचित भाषणे किछि अंतराय उचित भाषणे किछि अंतराय यथा कर्म हे उचित सुधीर सहाय प्रभु यथा कर्म हे उचित सुधीर सहाय निराळ स्वभावे तव आदेश पालन निराळ स्वभावे तव आदेश पालन परिजीवी हेउ तहि प्राणर शरण प्रभु परिजीवी हेउ तहि प्राणर शरण नमामि विकाहि हेउ बारण बंधन 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 यही ठाई तही ठाई सब पदे मन देव यही ठाई तही ठाई सब पदे मन जय गुरु 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 जय गुरु
जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai 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 Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, 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 Jai Shri ठाकुर Brahmananda Guru Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru.